Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a early LEGO Marvel Superheroes set review. Today we are looking at set number 76195, the Spider-Man's Drone Duel. And this is actually branded under Spider-Man No Way Home, but it says that it is inspired by Spider-Man Homecoming. So don't go thinking that Vulture's in the movie or anything. Could be, but it is just inspired by the first movie, which I think is a really cool concept when you are doing a set off of a movie that is so spoiler-filled, presumably, that they don't want to spoil the sets. Hopefully we do get more in the future. But anyways, this set is actually going to be available beginning on October the 1st for $19.99 USD or $24.99 Canadian. I was able to pick it up a few days early here in Walmart, Canada, thanks to a good friend of mine who told me that they had them in stock. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. So we gotta start with the drone, and personally, I think this is the dumbest set out of the three for sure. I'm just not a fan of Spider-Man vehicles and never have been, but you do get a lot of cool gold pieces here, so I think that's pretty neat. But I will say some people thought that they saw it in the trailer, maybe it's in the trailer, but I just think that people are just so eager for this movie that they will see any scrapped piece of metal and say that it is connected to the set. So anyways, this is the drone, and it is really interesting. It's definitely a unique... it is a vehicle, because there's a spot to put him inside. So there is that. It is very unique. I don't think there is really a vehicle that we've ever gotten for Spider-Man in the 10 years of LEGO Marvel Superheroes next year that even comes close to looking like this, especially the color scheme. So it is cool that it is in a color scheme, I guess, tied to a specific suit. So I really do appreciate that. But all of these little turbines here do spin around. So it's almost like a mini helicarrier there. So that's kind of neat, I guess. But if you were wondering what I was talking about before, you can put a figure inside. Specifically, you want to put this Spider-Man on the inside here. So you can go ahead and do that. And it's really interesting what is actually being used here for the parts for this. So right here in the front, you've actually got one of the mech torsos. You know, the ones that are $10. Presumably we're getting another 3 in 2022. And it's actually pretty much the same thing. Like, you've got the Nexonite shield piece there on the front chest, but that's not printed. That is actually a sticker. So yeah, I think that's really interesting that they decided to go ahead and actually use that piece in a non-mech set. I think that, and it works well for like this little hatch area, and it just closes on up really nicely in this beautiful pearl gold that's so different than any of the other gold pieces here. Is just really great that it closes on up. Here on the top, we do have actually 2 stud shooters shooting yellow studs. That went really far. On the top, there's also a lot of stickers there. So you actually have the Spider-Man MCU symbol there, which looks really great. And then on the back, you've got some more of like the same sort of design for this new suit that is in the movie, and specifically this set. So I think that looks really cool, and you could lift it on up to actually get access to this little hatch in the back. And in that hatch, you actually have if it decides to pop on out, we have a little spider bot, which is really cool. I like that he actually has a little gadget included in this set. And if you didn't notice, we've also got a couple of stickers here on each of the different blades, I guess I'll call them. So that's pretty neat. That's the exact same sticker 4 different times. And then you've got this here. This is just meant to be like a web for Spider-Man to grab onto. So I think that's really unique to actually include and use that piece as a web as well, to just have him flying around there with that. I really appreciate that. And here is the Vulture Build. And I think that this is definitely, besides the new suit, this is what a lot of people want to get. Because if you didn't get the Homecoming set, it's great to have this return. And I think it's a very interesting looking build. I would love to do a comparison if you guys are interested in seeing that. But you've got a ton of beautiful stickers here. 3 stickers there on each of the wings, 1 on the Nexonite shield there, and then 1 on that 2x3 modified plate, which looks really great, and then the same thing on the other side. Spinning it around here on the back, there is actually another sticker there, which looks great, and these turbines can actually spin if you wanted to, as well as if you haven't seen, these can fold a lot if you want to. And, of course, there in the middle, you could have them folding there also. But these, the big turbines, are actually on a ball joint. So that's really cool that that is actually able to rotate around. You can just kind of have them angled however you want to, just have it posing like that. I think it looks really great. And to detach Vulture, all you do is remove it there, and it attaches right there. And it's got that, like the padding for like boats and ships and things like that to move smoothly. So it actually just kind of makes it feel like it is actually touching the back of his torso and everything like that. So really solid build, I think, for the Vulture here. And here is what is known simply as the black and gold suit for now. And it's really interesting. This is from the new movie. We've seen it in the trailer. But a lot of people notice that the pattern is actually the exact same as the lining from the suit that Tony makes for Peter from Civil War. So inside that, there's this gold lining with this pattern there that you also saw on the drone. And this is definitely probably the most detailed figure out of all of the figures that came in this No Way Home wave. It has side arm printing, which looks absolutely amazing, and I love that we are getting that more and more in sets. They could have just easily given us black arms, but they went above and beyond and did that, as well as I just love the pattern and the design on the torso and the head. Looks amazing. How they have the gold mixed in with the dark gray. Amazing, perfect. Love the leg printing as well. Really, really great. And spinning it around here on the back, you can see you've got a lot of like different symbols there in between the webbing and the gold. So that's pretty interesting. And I love the symbol on the back of that torso. I really love the look of this suit, and it definitely gives me Uptown Pride vibes from the Miles Morales PS5 game. So really, really cool. And I like to think of it as that. Also included with this set is actually gold webbing, which is incredible. And this is actually the golden web pieces that we've gotten in a ton of sets now, but in gold. So you get that whole bag in this beautiful gold here. And I love the way that that looks. Each of the webbing pieces have been recolored here in gold, and you even get the handcuffs in gold, as well as the long like little pieces here. Oh my goodness. And of course you do actually get two of everything that I just showed you there, with these appearing twice in gold. So that's really, really cool, and I just expect to see these next year for the 10-year anniversary of Marvel, and specifically it's actually 20 years for Spider-Man. So really crazy. And here's the new Vulture, and it's really interesting what they've done here. I will criticize it a lot, because I personally would have done it a little bit differently, but I like what they tried to do, genuinely. I think it's pretty cool that we do actually have some of the visor pieces and that mask introduced from City. I do appreciate it being here. I think it definitely works kind of for him, I would say. He does have this stud shooter here, which will shoot a purple stud, and that's of course meant to be a Chitauri weapon, presumably, or a modified one. You've also got this purple diamond crystal here, which is pretty interesting. All three sets actually have crystals, so didn't realize that until building this one, but it is really, really fascinating what they've done here. So if I remove this helmet here, you could see that in behind, he's actually got a bit of a mouth there showing. So really interesting. Spinning it around here, you could see that he's actually got some face printing there on the back, as well as you get a really good look at the back torso printing, which of course most of the time is covered up by this. But this figure is really detailed. Like, look at the face. It is detailed. It looks a little goofy to me, in my personal opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of the idea of this, but let me remove the mask here to show you what that looks like. So, yeah, you've got this face, and it just looks cartoony. It just looks very weird. The torso printing is great, though. I love the fur and everything like that. It looks really great. But personally, what I would have done, thinking ahead to 2022, I would have done a old Michael Keaton face so I could reuse that for the Flash movie sets, presumably. I'm assuming we're going to get sets next year. So personally, that's what I would have done. Would have loved to get an old Michael Keaton versus just this here. Well, there you have it, everyone. That is my review of the Spider-Man's Drone Duel set. And again, it's my least favorite of the three, but you know, you're getting that really great looking suit, really detailed. And then you're also getting Vulture, and it's been since 2016 since we've gotten the MCU Vulture, so it's great to have him in another set, and I think that it's an interesting take, and I'm not sure if it's a downgrade. I definitely think it's a smaller version from my memory, so let me know if you want to see a comparison. But anyways, everyone, I would love to hear your thoughts about this. What do you think of this set? What do you think of the other two? Leave them all down below. But as always, be sure to subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on future LEGO Marvel Superheroes news and reviews just like this one. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.